Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly forecast. My name is Mark. I'll be hosting the forecast for today. So last week, if you guys do remember, we had huge calls, especially on gold, GBPJPY and GBPAUD. We were all looking for bearish sentiment to continue, and that's exactly what happened. And as you can see here in S&P as well, exactly what happened. We had our targets for sales are 3700 basically, and that's exactly what we hit, around 3700, a little bit lower actually. And then yeah, we had all that analysis. The only thing that didn't really play out was oil. Now let me talk about oil real quick. So it did play out to start off with, as you can see here. So we're expecting a retracement from this high to the weekly weekly close over here, a push back down into these lows over here for these temporary lows, and for continuation back up. You can see that we kind of did that. We did have a spike to the upside over here. However, we did peak around these double tops and these highs over here, and we dumped from there. Maybe it was due to news, maybe it was due to technicals, but the point is we did have a bit of a rally, and you know what, it was quite a big rally at 502 points, quite a big one. However, it didn't play out completely, so let's not count that as a win. Again, Nasdaq as well, kind of same thing. We just didn't reach the high point of these of the retracement zone that we were looking for. However, you can see we had an extra confluence over here to the left, where we had a high volume area or high volume node over here, which we did take. So yeah, a lot of wins this week. I hope everyone had a great week themselves as well, but definitely in the group we had an amazing week. So yeah, okay, so first of all, let's look at actually crypto. Let's look at how that's moving and what we can look for. And as you guys always know, I always like to look at the weekly time frame first to set a target. So the target we have right now is this temporary lows on the left. We know that there are potentially going to be loads of buyers over here trying to take that up, and you know what, even if there are loads of buyers there, it's fine because we're out of the trade by then. If price continues to push back down, that's fine. It's still quite a big move. You can see here it's at least 1,353 pip move over here, so it's quite a big move to the downside over here. And plus we do expect a small retracement to the upside before collapsing down, which gives us an even better entry than entering here and trying to push price down, right? Okay, as for the daily time frame, we have a few things to really look at here. So first of all is this high volume profile, high volume node over here. We do know that high volume nodes love to be either like one magnet and two support and resistance to price, right? So what we could expect is a rally to the upside over here for the continuation back down. I'm sure if I mark this down as well, it would probably be between 61.8 and 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. So let's just do that now. You can see it's actually exactly in between those two levels. So we could count that as an extra confluence as well for those people that trade fib. I personally don't anymore, but for those that do, there you go. The next thing is this daily level on the left over here. So these two candle bodies that act as support, it's now going to act as resistance as we try to push price back up over here. However, because as you can see a volume void around this level, don't be surprised if we start to consolidate around this level, creating buy side liquidity up here, creating sell side liquidity down here. What we could potentially look for is taking sell side liquidity, pushing back up, potentially up to this high volume node, and all we have to wait for is a break of this level once more for the continuation back down, and that would give us a solid entry to take price down all the way down to our target of 17,600 from here. You can see how big this move is. It's a 3,000 pip move, so it's very, very big targets. Obviously this is a weekly target, so an intra week target, so don't expect it to hit all in one day, but I'm just giving you guys a forecast of what I'm expecting for the next week. Okay, so as for GBPAUD, GBPAUD has been GBPAUD has been very bearish so far. Look at here at 1.62 is our target here. As you can see why. We had loads of rejection on the left here. 1, 2, tried to finish below but finish back up above. Again, it's exactly the same thing, finish below but finish back up above. Obviously you could ask, why am I not using this as the level instead of this one? because obviously it did react here and here. Yeah, very true. However, I'm trying to basically include all price action, right? So which level includes all of them? If I just do this one isn't included, so that's why I marked out this level over here. So basically what I'm thinking now is this is the real level, and price tried to push back down, however grab liquidity all the way down here, finish back up above that level, tried to retest it again, however failed to do so, and then finally retested and continued back up after the third failed touch. Obviously we all know as well the market isn't open, the market isn't perfect, so we could consider this as a level rather than, sorry, an area rather than a level, so just bear that in mind, guys. However, I do like to use more lines rather than boxes, as it keeps my chart clean for my personal personal eyes and stuff. Okay, so that's what we're looking for the day weekly time frame. That's a weekly targets, right? That's where price is most likely to hit in the next week or so. We don't obviously want to go against this move, this huge candle over here on the left, this bearish candle. Sorry, yeah, not left, the current weekly candle. As for the daily time frame, we have a level of which acted as support before price absolutely obliterated it, continued to the downside. So this is the next level we're looking at here. The two body candles here. So what we're expecting potentially is a pullback of this level for the continuation back down. That's what we could be looking at for GBPAUD. Very nice and simple. Obviously we have to look as there's no structure currently because the price action has been so impulsive, there's no structure to look at really at the moment. What we could look for is on the hour, once it reaches this level, is we should wait for some sort of confirmation, maybe a consolidation, or break of that consolidation to break lower highs, higher lows for the continuation back down potentially. That's what we could look for. If you look at the 4-hour time frame over here, we also have a high volume node on the left here, which again we could see exactly the same thing as we saw with Bitcoin, right? Let me just put that back. So exactly the same with Bitcoin. So start really consolidating around this daily level. As you can see, there is not a lot of volume here, right? We could start to build up a bit of volume here, take out all those volumes by either going down first and going back up, or just taking all the buyers and pushing price back down. Either or works, as long as we can just get the that's not a consolidation and a finish back down below, then we're good to go for the push to the downside. To the downside, obviously we also have this low, obviously, that we could look at as first targets, and maybe potential partials as we go down, as this is going to be acting as a solid support level. Okay, sorry, my voice is a bit off. I've been quite ill, so just to give you guys a heads up, right? Let's look at actually GBPAUD over here. So on the weekly time frame, you can see the overall weekly targets is 153. Okay, why did I mark this level above as well? Because you can see it's quite a major level, being able to tap here, tap there, quite a major level over here. So we could keep that in mind when looking for potential retracement zones. It's a very strong retracement zone, as it's a weekly level. For those who want to go for a scalp up, they could, and obviously take profit levels around this level, but I prefer not to go against the huge trend that's forming. Okay, but to each their own. Okay, as for the daily time frame, right? So on the daily time frame, we have this level of support over here for maybe a very quick pullback. As it is very impulsive, we could just have a very small pullback for the continuation back down to 153. That could easily happen. However, we could easily also have a deeper pullback all the way down to the next daily level over here, right, for the continuation back down. That could happen as well. And if I obviously mark this out as maybe this is going to be the low for the week, you can see that it does line up with 38.2 retracement, and this high volume node lines up perfectly with the high volume node on the left. However, again, I don't trade Fibonacci often. Speaking of, to be fair, I did miss that part out where I do mark out this high volume node on the left. I do like to look at high volume nodes as potential retracement zones. So So yeah, so overall what we're looking for is potentially a pullback up here for the continuation back down. Again, we could expect a deeper pullback up there, but I'll leave it at 161, 160 for the meantime, as it is also a psychological level that we can be looking at. Okay, lastly is gold. Okay, it's quite an interesting thing because it's playing out as we speak. So first of all, my weekly target is very, very low. Okay, it's 800 pips away for the weekly target. With this impulsive move, we might not, actually for all of them, we might not get a big move next week because the market has to build up its liquidity. It needs to build up its volume before it can have big moves like these again, right? So just bear that in mind for now. But yeah, we'll bear that in mind for now. So as for the daily level over here, so you can see that we made relatively equal highs up here and we made equal lows over here. What does that mean? So that means we have buy side liquidity up here and sell side liquidity down here. You can see the daily / weekly finish below the equal lows over here. That means there's a lot of potential sell stop people actually in this trade right now. Loads of people who entered sell stops at the end of the week could easily be tapped out, because obviously what normally happens during a new candle, normally we create a top wick, right? We'll obviously make a bottom wick as well, but we normally create both wicks, right? So we do expect price to get a little bit higher from here. Simple. How high, we don't know. Obviously it could easily go up, which what I'm suggesting, right, is we could easily go up to taking out these equal highs, grabbing this liquidity right here. These two dots right here signifies liquidity. You can take them out, get the buyers in, get the buy stops and sell stops in for the continuation back down. Sorry. So we've got sell stops down here. Now we're trying to get the buy stops. Why do we need the buy stops for sells? Because if we're selling the market and loads of people selling the market, say big banks and big institutions are selling the market, if no one's actually buying what they're selling, then that transaction won't work and they won't be able to fill in their position. So what do they need to do? Is they need to get these buy stops up there. And remember, there's a lot of traders out there that just look for a break, right? They just look for a break of structure, and then that's when they're entering their breakout. Loads of breakout traders, easy, push to the upside. However, what I'm expecting is to take their buy stops in order to fill in our sell positions, because overall the market, you can see the market is very bearish at the moment, very, very bearish, right? And who's to say that the market is gonna bottom out around this level? You can't. It's really hard to call bottoms, but it's easier to trade with a trend. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, in the lower time frames, we'll be trading against this trend, because look how much upside move that would be. It'd be 500 pips to the upside. Technically, obviously, we're probably going to create higher high structures. So like, bullish structures on the higher time frame. However, you can see, in the lower time frame, but obviously in the lower time frame, we're overall very much bearish. So we can confidently say that we're just selling at a better price. That's basically what we're doing, trying to sell up here rather than down here. So yeah, that's how I basically say. That's how basically I tell people that I'm not actually going against the trend, even though realistically that is kind of, because we're making higher highs up there and higher lows over here. So technically, I am buying against the trend, selling against the trend. However, if you look at the higher time frame, I'm not. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope you guys can use this analysis or this kind of guide to help you out for the next week or so. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Most of you guys, it should be obvious to most people here. It's not financial advice. It's just me showing you guys what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at for the next coming week ahead. If you guys want to actually learn more and you guys want to follow along in our trades and how I execute, feel free to click the link below. It should take you to our Discord. If not, it should take you to the link tree to get to our Discord. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.